Strokes and silver spoons. It's a Manimal rescue when Jonathan enters a high-flying race to save Brooke's life. Then Big Bad John bucks the Big Apple baddies. When Dale Robertson and Joey Travolta star in an all-new special drama, all Saturday on NBC.
Be there.
Every 10 seconds during the past year, someone, somewhere, for some mysterious reason, switched to Burger King. Switched. Who knows why? But it's added up to millions of switchers. Maybe even
you.
A father turns killer in West Philadelphia. We'll have the story on Nightcast.
Hi, Sheriff. What's good?
The soup.
I don't eat much soup anymore.
It's good for you. This ad says Campbell's vegetable beef soup's a real good source of vitamin A. That's important. And another thing.
What?
It tastes good.
Ma'am, I'll have a bowl of that Campbell soup, please.
Kid.
Huh?
Eat carefully.
Yes, sir.
Campbell's soup is good food.
Well, hello today to everybody. Unfortunately, the Foxy Man slot has no Foxy Man in it today. But he is with us in the chat. Hello, Foxy. I hope you're feeling well today. Foxy is battling COVID. It's no secret. And we all wish him the speediest of recoveries. I can't wait to have you back with us now. I mean, it'd be nice if you were back now. Welcome everybody to Credits and Continues. I am Slippy. I'm John. I'm Slippy. And you know, that's where Foxy Man would be down there. But hello to everybody. Welcome in everyone that's here. Saying, Grave, Knocker, Foxy, Owaz, Chazzy, Cosmic, Finn, Grave, Gracie, Jehudi Moon, Mew Mew, Lexi, RVK, Shin, and of course, always holding it down, the bot among bots, Commander Root. So I've had an interesting week myself. Hey, Buster. I'm playing some video games, playing some music, doing this and that, and give some Buster some treats there. And Buster and I have taken some freezing cold walks lately because it is like 37 degrees, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I don't know, 7 degrees Celsius, I think, for those of you that are in, you know, the majority of the world. So that's what's been going on for us. We, of course, have been having a lot of great things happening here at Scanline. We had an 80s Bros Christmas show recently, and they should be doing one more, I believe, tomorrow. We also have Saiyan has been streaming a lot, and he'll be on tomorrow as well. There won't be anything afterwards tonight, and tonight's stream will be a little short in comparison to how long it normally is. On Wednesdays, we have Foxy and Adam when they have their live cast, and then we have Saiyan when they don't have their live cast. Thursdays are OWAs, Fridays, the Friends Fridays, or as we now call them, Free Play Fridays. And then we have the second Saturday is the Composite Channel show, which was on yesterday. And usually when that's not on, Knocker streams that night. And then right back here again with us, all times EST. Awesome. Yeah, and they had a great show last night. Cosmic talking Mega Man. That is dope. Yeah, we had OWAs on Friday nights, Free Play Friday. And I wasn't here for a good chunk of it, but I was here for a bit of it. And so that was really nice. And it was a great time. Oh, dope. That's awesome, man. X4 is pretty fun. You use Mega Man or do you use Zero? Because we're going to be talking about that game later today. We're going to be ranking that game in the Reviewers Roundtable. And then, yeah, nice. Me too. Mega Man for life. And then we're going to be going into the final week this week of the High Score Club, the Challengers Arena. We will not have a show next week as it will be Christmas Day. So you'll have 2 weeks to work on your score. I call these my hobo gloves. They were regular gloves, and then I cut the fingers open. And so they keep my hands marginally warm. And these are my hobo gloves. Yeah, we won't be streaming on Christmas. So you'll have 2 weeks to review this game coming up. And you'll have 2 weeks, I don't know, man, stream? I might stream that day. Toon Frankenstein. I don't know what that even means. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, we're not going to be streaming on Christmas Day. So, let's look at what the... now, you notice we still haven't put the points up for the monthly melee. And the reason is... we thought it'd be kind of fun if we hold those points and reveal them at the end of the quarter. So, you know, the score you see... Thank you! Aw, that's so sweet of you. What a great name. I follow handsome people. What an amazing name. Yeah, I mean, maybe in RPG, it is the time. That is such a great name. Makes me feel good, too. So, yeah, so we're going to look at that, and we will decide what we are doing for those two clubs, if you will. Yeah, welcome, handsome people. That's such a cool name. What do people call you? Do we call you handsome? Do we call you follow? I don't know. Right, so you don't have to play it before Christmas. That is true. Call me Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy, welcome. It's great to have you. Welcome, welcome. I am Slippy. Normally there's a Foxy, but he is recovering with COVID at the moment. But he's with us. So, you can turn in your monthly melee points before Christmas. After Christmas, you decide when you want those points to acknowledge. Now, the new monthly melee will be starting the first Sunday of the new month, which is actually the first. So I guess we didn't really think about that too much because all your points will go towards this quarter. But you'll get to think of that next time. I'm just talking. Anyway, let's take a look at what those monthly melee challenges are. And if you're not sure what we're talking about, just stick with us and it'll all make sense. I don't promise, but I think. That's the wrong place. It's over here. And so, welcome to the monthly melee. We have 3 challenges for you this month. One of them will earn you 1 point. One of them 2 points, and if you guessed 3 points for the third challenge, you are correct. So, your 1 point challenge is Swim with Gordon Shumway. If you do not know who Gordon Shumway is or how to obtain that goal, check out twitch.tv/owazrim. Also, he streams on Scanline Heroes on some Wednesdays, but all Thursdays.
Did I just land?
Nice. And then for 2 points, Donkey Kong Country 2 on the Super NES reached the Lost World. All we want is a screenshot of you here in the Lost World with the rainbow volcano. So give us that screenshot and you get 2 bonus points. And then for a 3rd bonus point, go to Burger Time on the NES and beat the 4th stage. It's only the 4th stage. How hard could that be? Just beat the 4th stage on the classic Burger Time. It seems so easy a caveman could do it. I mean, all you're doing is making hamburgers and, you know, your Peter Pepper. You drop food on top of other food. It's classic in every way. Easy. I mean, it should be. It's only the 4th stage. So for 3 points, conquer that 4th stage in Burger Time. For 2 points, show us the Lost World in Donkey Kong Country 2. And for 1 point, swim with Gordon Shumway. That being said, let's check out what's going on in the Challengers Arena. Yes. And whilst we are here, we're going to close my green screen that was open down there. So you can see here, we are in our final week now. Week 12. We had Super Sprint on the NES, brought to us by Cosmic Mercenary on the Wheel of Misfortune. Foxy Man tore it up with 70,800 points. Cosmic coming in second with 67,800 points. This game was not easy. It was very fun, but it was not easy. And if you look, that puts right below me. I'm still in first place somehow. Foxy in second, Knocker in third, Cosmic in fourth, RVK, Mew Mew, Sparky, and Jane down the line. Excuse me. Remember, it's never too late to join. All you need to do is download an emulator like RetroArch. You're good to go. We post the games in the Discord. I'm telling you, it seems like it is rigged because I don't even want to win this thing. It's just, I mean, step up, guys. It's because I have to play it every week for the most part. So I always get points. It's not fair. It's just life, you know. We had myself, Foxy, Cosmic, and RVK. Not a lot of scores this week. So that means those 4 people can add a game for free to this redonkulous wheel. Otherwise, you gotta put points. Use your points. Monthly games? What are you talking about? So you can add, for 450 points, a CA wheel space, if you would like to. Everybody else that participated can give up to 2 games for free. The way this is going to work is, since Foxy won, he's going to get to veto 1 of 3 games. We will look at 2 of those games then and vote on them. We are saying yes. So, if nobody has anything to add at the moment, I'm going to give this thing a shuffle after I make sure everything is enabled. And let's see what we've got here. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. We believe in the 3 shuffle method. RVK adding some games that he's going to make me go find. Garyo Ret Suden on the arcade from RVK 88. And Ginga Nin from the arcade from RVK 88. Nin Kyuden. Cosmic is going to be adding a couple games here. Frogger on the Atari 2600. I hope that wins, honestly. Cosmic Mercenary. And Stampede. I've played that one a lot. Okay. Oh. Mew Mew's throwing on Pac-Man, the arcade version. Now, you might say to yourself, Slippy, 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 what if the game somebody's putting up here is already on the wheel? And I'm going to say to you, look at the size of that wheel. I'm not going to look at what's on that thing. That's all I got for it. You know. So, alright. Let's get this wheel shuffled up. Another triple O of shuffleinos. And let's spin this bad boy. Brrr. Yeah. But then those people might not be here. So we got clacks on whatever system. I don't know. I don't know what Clax is on, but we'll figure it out. We got... Yeah. Parasol Stars in the arcade from Cosmic Merc. And finally, for our third game choice today... Okay, we'll do the NES for Lynx. Oh, no. No Lynx games. No thank you. This is the last game of the season. And Saiyans game he just put up, Truxton. So, what we're going to do now is we are going to look at all three of these games. And we will see what we want vetoed from Foxy Man. So, let's go with the NES version of Clax. Looks something like this. So it's a 3 in a row kind of game. Get 3 in a row, you win. Apparently he missed it and lost. I don't know how this game works. Okay, alright. I think I get it. I think I get it. Okay, if Clax wins, we'll see what happens. Parasol Stars on the arcade, whatever the hell that is. Oh, this is the PC Engine version. Which might be the version we'll do. Because I don't even see an arcade version here. We'll just look here. That's good. Haha, Chazzy. So this is essentially Bubble Bobble 2 or 3 or 7. I don't know. I don't know. That was Batman, right? Well, that looks fun. And then finally, Truxton on the Genesis. Looks like a shooter. Okay, which one would you like to veto? Vetoing Clax. I just don't want to listen to that right now. So, that being said, I am putting up a poll for 3 minutes. Between Parasol Stars and Truxton. And I know it says arcade, so, well, it says arcade. I'll put the arcade, and then we'll just find an arcade version, I guess. I don't know. So, you guys have 3 minutes. I'm going to withhold my... Wow, Truxton in a big lead out the gate. So, might be, there might be no coming back for this already. 3-1 with Truxton's lead. I'm going to go ahead and go into the mister here, and just assuming this is going to win. I don't think that game is called Truxton. Is there another name for Truxton? Truxton. Ah, Tatsujin. Truxton World. Okay. Truxton up by 5. Ooh, 5-3. Truxton is in the lead. Let's see. Yeah, it could be good either way. Either way. How about that great Burger King commercial? Remember when Burger King was good? Because I don't. I'm going to eat fast food very sparingly for now on. I'm going to set life goals for myself. I'm doing things. Oh, I love Mickey D's. But no more. No more for a whiles. Truxton is in the lead by only 1 now. 5-4 against Parasol Stars. And there looks to be about 45 seconds to 30 seconds left. So let's see what wins it for us for today. I'll have to add it into the... spreadsheet, mind you. But yeah, 5-4. Looks like there's about... Now there's probably like 30 seconds left. I'm not good with time. You know, time's an illusion. And lunchtime, doubly so. Normally, this is where Foxy and I would banter. I haven't done this by myself in a long time. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Yes. Well, I'm going to put my vote in for Truxton because I have the game, and so it's just easier for me as a person doing this. So allow me to enter it in. Truxton added today. It's actually called Tatsujin Truxton, and it's on the Genesis. It is a vertical, but spelled correctly, shooter, and it was submitted by Saiyan199. So that will be our final game for this season. Pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up after I stick it in the Discord, giggity. Let's see, what's today's date? The 18th, I believe? Make that into a thread. Drag the game in. Encoding overloaded, whatever the hell that means. And the game is in and ready for all of you. I'll make this bigger, don't worry. Okay. Now. Excuse me. While I pull this game up. Tatsujin Truxton World. Here we go. Of course, everything is default, so we're going straight in on medium. Alright, A and C fire, and B is your bomb. A is slow, and C is fast fire, if that means anything. Oh, this is a Toplin game, okay. Yeah, they had cool games. Look, I already got a perfect going. Now, if I remember correctly, the only person to get 6 points in last month's Melee was Knocker. So, he could very well pull ahead at the end of this quarter, which would seal him for 2 quarters winnings. Make him kind of hard to beat for the year. So, hopefully somebody else will make sure they secure that first place. Of course you count. Oh, did you do all 6 points too? I didn't know you did all 6 points. I'm sorry. I don't know why you would have went back and done Athena again. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what's cool is that this is the kind of shooter where the background doesn't hurt you. You know, there's a lot of shooters where the background straight up just hurts you. And so this is not one of them, so that's great. Well, I mean, there's quite a few of you guys that love to do the aha, got you, you silly bastard, which is where you like to post your final score and beat the high score person, you know, for that week on, like, Sunday at, like, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Giving people only an hour to answer you. Bunch of dirtballs. You schemy people. You bunch of schemers. Scared of a real competition, huh? I'll be honest, I'm very glad to have a shooter back because... well, honestly, when I think about it, it's not really anything. It's not the games. It's not anything. Because in November, December, you tend to have... people aren't around as much. People are out. They're doing stuff. They're with their family a lot more. You know, and so people tend to be around a bit less. So usually you have a bit less competition. So, I think in Season 3, we're going to see a lot more people coming out and trying to get that high score. I'm going pretty fast now. It's a little too fast for my comfort. Fuck. Oh, pretty slow now. Too slow for my comfort. And this, folks, is what it's like living with me. You can't win. You can't win. Oh, God, it's one of these. You know what? Just do that. No, it didn't work. Oh, my. Okay. Need a new gun. Don't likey this one. Okay, this one's cool. Mr. Perfect. There's some speed. Do I want it? I do want that one. Nice. Bringing out the arcade stick. That's awesome. Okay, so these guys can't get all the way to the front, but you can't hurt them unless their belly's open. So I guess... I mean, you could try chasing them, but then I don't know if that's smart or not. Sorry. You know, we try and keep it PG on this stream. Try not to drop too many F-bombs. Sorry about that. I know no one cares. But if you do, know that I am apologetic. Ooh. Are we? That's pretty good then. I mean, we're gonna have to have some kind of tiebreaker, and I don't want to be in a tiebreaker. So I hope you guys win. I'm just not competitive. I'm not a competitive person. Wolfie! What's happening, my wolf man? How are you today, friend? Heck, yes, he is. Yes. That is correct. Because Christmas. Whoa. It's like he's peeing after a really rough night of drinking. He's spraying everywhere. Sorry. Sorry. That's I guess that's more for my stream, less for here. I'm sorry. Stop. I died. How many men do you get in this game? I swear I've died like 7 times. Where does it even have your number of men? I'm assuming this is my last guy since I don't see them anywhere. "31 achievements for Truxton." I found out today Vintage Classic Gamer does RA. You guys are everywhere, you RAers. Oh! Okay, finally a game over. I don't want to restart, so let's see how... Alright, so you can clearly see your score here, which is great. So I'm going to take a picture of this score real quick. And I will upload it. And I'm going to give it one more try. Oh. Doesn't look like I need to. Cosmic's already coming in hot with 206,000. 7 people have already mastered it, and they haven't even posted their scores yet. So, good luck this week, everybody. Oh, really? Interesting. You crushed my score. By like 25,000 or so. Yeah, I'm tired. Stayed up late last night. Playing Final Fantasy 15. What a beautiful story that game is of just... You know, Final Fantasy 15, the story is just like a love that could never be because of the circumstances of the world. And then as you play through it, it's just so beautiful, that game. more Salty. How's it going? This is our CA game. I know a lot of people don't like it. Final Fantasy 15, I know. I love it, though. I love it. It's going great, Salty. Welcome. This is our Challengers Arena game for the next 2 weeks as we are taking Christmas Day off next Sunday. I hope you guys get tons of amazing gifts and you're just as happy as can be on that day. I have this obsession that I have to pick up every power-up no matter what. Even if I know I don't want it. It's just how I am. So what are you saying? Knocker has to come in first place and Foxy second place, and then I have to get my participation, which means, I mean, it's really, I think, going to come down to the monthly Melee add-in. Have I already died? It appears to me I may already have died, and I didn't even realize it. What are the other versions of this game? Exactly. That's exactly right, Chazzy. That's kind of the problem I have with so many shooters. I love shooters, but my compulsion of picking up every item really messes me over in a lot of them. No upgrade. Interesting. Well, we do everything here on... You guys get to recommend whatever you want, and we put it on a wheel and spin the wheel. So, I think right now there's about almost 200 games on the wheel for the high score challenge we call the Challengers Arena. I think there's just about 200 games on there now. And then for the Reviewers Roundtable, it's like a video game club. You know, like a book club, but for video games. That, anybody can recommend a game for that. Any generation up to the 5th generation. That is the PlayStation, the Saturn, N64. We tend to shy away from the Saturn because people have a harder time emulating it. But you're still allowed to put in votes for them. And the only rule there is you have to review the game by giving a score that we go over that night. Excuse me, to add a game to the wheel. And you can buy it at one extra spot. That's good for one wheel spin. Still on stage 1. Woo! Oh, is this the boss? This must be. Woo! There we go. I like the music. Your redeemed slot? every week you can redeem. Yeah, every week you can change your game, and every week you can pay to put one game on if you wanted. I just got like really tired all of a sudden. Like, when you get 4 of them, it powers you up to the next level of weapon. Yeah, I almost feel like I'd sugar crash, but I didn't have any sugar. You know, like, I just got super tired all of a sudden. You kind of want to stay towards the middle of the screen, unfortunately. Ah! That was rough. Trucks will do that, it is. When you say cozy, do you mean tight? Dang it! This is a hard one. This is gonna be a hard one, you guys. I mean, why do the A versus the C? Is it stronger with A? It's a lot slower. Doesn't seem stronger. I feel like C is better. Alright, I don't want the blue. Don't pick up the blue. I did it. Well, sometimes they do it like, if you don't use the auto fire, you can charge your weapon. Sometimes they do it like, if you use the single shot, it's stronger, you know? And I've never played this, so I don't know. I like to be when we're playing these games for the first time on stream, I like to not only think out loud, but, you know, tell everyone what I'm trying and finding, and kind of give everybody else the advantage when they start the game, that they can go in knowing more than I went in knowing. So I like to ask those questions and try those things and whatnot. Cool. Alright. This is going to be my last attempt on this, and then we're going to switch over to the Reviewers Roundtable and take a look at Mega Man X4 with Knocker Crazy. Yeah. Alright, we're going for a high score. Now we know what stuff is. We know what we want. Blue is strong. Okay. Alright, hopefully we can get another bomb at some point without dying. I mean, we're still just in stage 1, but I think we're coming to the boss now. Giggity. Oh, I wasn't looking, I was reading chat. Oh. That's what I get. Oh, well. So remember all defaults, which means normal, no continues, 1cc. Them be the rules of the CA, Challengers Arena. Unless specified when added to the wheel. Is defaults. Asterisk, because sometimes we make exceptions. That's right. 1cc or bust. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, 3 bombs, boss. Done and done. Hopefully they'll refill my bombs for the next level, but maybe not. I'm still in stage 1. I wonder... Okay, here's stage 2. I wonder if round is loops. Is this a looping game? And that's what the rounds are? That's weird. 6 times. Good night. If anybody can loop all 6 times, they deserve to win. That thing scared me coming up the back like that. You don't ever want any... see? You don't ever want anything popping up behind you. And that was the perfect... Damn! Oh, fuck! Wow! That's impressive, Salty. Wow. Well, that was insane. That was just insane. Wow. That's crazy. Well, good luck to everybody that will be participating in this one. This is something. Wow. Wow. So, give me 1 second. Let's switch on over here. I guess I don't even have to do anything. So I am going to go into Discord, And I will meet you in there, Knocker. And let's look at the Reviewers Roundtable. Ooh. Look at the kitty.
The clump. Leftover cat food. The part of the can that gets hard.
As we wait for Knocker to come in. Yeah, come on in.
Don't make your cat face the clump. Tear into Tender Vittles brand cat food. And watch him tear in. Tender Vittles is always fresh, always moist, always tender. So dump the clump.
Dump the clump, everybody.
Into Tender Vittles.
Get your tender vittle.
And watch your cat tear in.
And watch your cat tear in. That's what they say, at least. This week, we are looking at Mega Man X4. Bam. Right there. And if you look, quite interesting in the development, this one. As we go down to the development and release section of it, you see that it tells you, and I'm going to set up Knocker's game on stream here, if you'll give me a moment. You'll see that it tells you, though, how the original, instead of designing the game's various artwork, as he had done in the past, Kaiji Inafune, who, you know, used to do the artwork, doesn't do the artwork, and he moves over to being a producer now on the game. But decides he still wants to keep the game in 2D. There was a push to try and get it to change, and he said, no, we will not have that. Welcome, Knocker. How you doing today?
Good, good.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and start. And at 7:20, or I'm sorry, 8:20-ish, we will wrap up with the last of the voting. So he's got some complete saves here, so I think he's going to take us through towards the end. The FMV cutscenes in this game, which are all pretty awesome looking, produced by IG Port's subsidiary company, Zebek. Score composed by Toshihiko Horiyama. And has 2 theme songs. Theme songs in games are weird, right? It's like that's right. It's like that's the game's theme, and you so rarely know that that's the game's theme unless it's like an RPG. But even then, sometimes, right? And sometimes they'll come in and they'll be like, let me make sure you're loud enough and the game isn't too loud. Give me 1 second.
I'll just turn down the game.
There we go. I got it already. I got it. You're good. Keep on going. So what you'll find is sometimes they kind of get you on this thing of like, you know, the RPGs especially, they'll give you the song only at the very end of the game during the end credits, you know, and they're like, and this is the theme song, and you're like, really? I had no idea, because I had never heard this game's song before. Tends to be the way. So this game has a theme song. How do you like that? What
I think it's only in the Japanese version, actually.
Oh, really? And what do you know about this game, Knocker? What is your big draw? You chose this game. Why this game?
Well, because I personally think that this game is the best of the entire Mega Man series.
Okay.
And because it was his 35th anniversary, which we celebrated yesterday, I think it was only right for me to choose one for this week for the Reviewers Roundtable.
That's pretty good.
A lot of you guys really haven't played this one.
Right. Right, a lot of people have not. This was released on the PlayStation and the Saturn, I believe.
Right.
It was supposed to be a Sega Saturn exclusive, this game. And it was supposed to have a July 1997 release. But then things kind of flipped on their head with that. It was delayed. It was made multi-platform. Both console versions released on August 1st instead of June 97. The Japanese Saturn version depicts Zero standing alone, not even having the main character on the package. And there was a
Kinda
limited...
interesting
Yeah.
what they did
Yeah.
with Zero was because Inafune, Zero was his like main character. He always wanted Zero to be like the main character.
Ah.
So when they came to X5, he just basically told the development team, do whatever. Here you go.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to work on the Zero games,
Hmm.
so he could fulfill that dream. So
Interesting. Now, do you know there was a special limited version of this game that came with Ultimate X or Ultimate Armor X, the action figure?
no, was that in Japan or?
It was, that I don't have an answer to. But there was a special version.
You were mentioning about the Saturn version, how it was going to be a Saturn exclusive, which
Mhm.
was mainly Sony of US denied the game originally because
Correct.
it was a 2D game.
Correct. And they
So-
want 3D. Yep.
So they threatened to make Resident Evil 2 a Saturn exclusive, even though it never actually came out on the Saturn.
Mhm.
It was on the Dreamcast. So,
Now, Capcom didn't release this game in Europe. Their vendor, Virgin Interactive, did not want to release it. So there is no Saturn Europe version of this game, which is quite interesting. But then again, they didn't release a lot of things on the Saturn because they just don't care. Now, we already have 2 reviews for this game coming in hot, hot, hot. Allow me one moment to flip over so I can read those reviews from the 80s Bros. Ken gives this game a 3.5. Playing Zero, it's not Mega Man. There's no ranged attacks. It's cool, but I think I would just play it as Mega Man. And then, that was Chris. And then Ken said, the font spacing is disgusting. He believes it's called the kerning. Is really bad in this game. Now, they went to school, both of them went to school for graphic design and artistry. So,
right.
They know what they're looking for in these games. So yeah, they think that was just pretty bad overall, the kerning. Now, Chris made a great point, though, which is in the opening levels, if you're playing Mega Man and not Zero, you can't attack the guys on the ledge unless you get right in front of them because you can't aim your Mega Buster, and that's kind of annoying. So 2.5 and a 3.5 for them. Saiyan says, I played this game several times on stream. I fell in love with it. It's amazing. The music, great. Cutscenes, very well done. Excuse me. Controls are a little hard to get at first. Excuse me. But once I spent more time in the game, that's right. I decided, I picked up the movement quickly. I enjoyed this game. It was wonderful to play, and he's going to give it a perfect 5 score from Saiyan. 5 out of 5. Foxy comes in. Where do I begin? One of my favorite games in the Mega Man X series. Having 2 paths to take with completely different styles keeps it fresh. Controls are perfect. Difficulty is just right, and the levels, creative. Keyword, fun. Most fun I've had any given Mega Man game. Perfect 5 out of 5. And Cosmic is jumping in, the Mega Man purist. I really enjoyed this one. The thing I didn't like was I had trouble with the wall jump. It wasn't quite like the wall jump in Mega Man X. Can you speak to that at all, Knocker?
In terms of the wall jump?
Yeah, the wall jump being different in this game from Mega Man X. What is that?
Maybe it seems a little more, I want to say loose. Maybe it's also because the characters might be a little bit bigger than they are in the Super Nintendo games.
Oh, that was a good screen
It's using
transition.
a different engine, so maybe it's not as refined as Mega Man X or X2 or 3 were.
And Cosmic is saying he fell a lot when he was trying to do the wall jumps. But overall, he really enjoyed this game. Like all good Mega Man games, it deserves a 5, so he's giving it a 5. Mew Mew says, the looks a 10, the music a 10. Pop and play, meaning how easy it is to put it in and play the game, not only at the beginning, but through the middle and the end of the game. How fair is the game? How intuitive is the game. And he goes with 10 on that. Repeatability, 10. Fun, 10. Overall, it's a perfect game. It was fun to play. I wish I tried as 0. As I played as X, I failed to beat a boss. The levels look stunning. I fell in love with this beautiful game. Knocker, you changed his favorite game overall with this choice.
Wow.
Giving it a perfect 5 out of 5. So this one is coming in hot off the press with a 4.33 already. The cool thing about this game is they stuck to the guns on, we're going to keep it 2D. They then stuck to their guns on X6 with that, right? And X5. Yeah.
And then 7 went 3D and screwed it all up.
Right. And so they really knew their formula. They knew what to do. And in the X series, they created such cool enemies. And now what was really interesting about this game was that producer, Inafune. He said, instead of representing Repliforce as blatantly evil villains like Sigma, we decided we wanted to have a moral leeway in this game. And what that means is they didn't want the ideas of the game to be so black and white, the Repliforce and the Maverick Hunters. So Inafune left his design responsibilities to the other artists that worked on Mega Man X. And the artist didn't design the characters as he would do for the later games, but instead was given drafts for promotional pieces, and he had to create the art for the game around that, as opposed to the promotion coming from the game's art. Arrigo was responsible for the Ultimate Armor. Basically comes down to being designed by one person.
Which you access through a
cheat code. That's right. You have to input a cheat code, and then you can buy an action figure that has it. He actually drew the Ultimate Armor, and this is what's so interesting about this. He drew up the Ultimate Armor as actual blueprints to make them as realistic and lifelike as he could to come up with each individual piece of it. And then his supervisor told him that he didn't like it and he should not do that and start over. So he did by taking the X3 armor parts and changing them by attaching them in specific ways to look like an airplane. And that's where you get the now Ultimate Armor from. So...
because the Ultimate Armor looks pretty wild overall.
Yeah. And now what's really cool is that they came out and said they dropped the ball because they really wanted to give Zero Ultimate Armor, and they just didn't have the time and resource to make that happen. And
so they gave him Black Zero.
Yeah, and so that would have been really cool to have a totally different Ultimate Armor version of him. Because this game is very cool. You know, it's interesting in that it really is... we're going to take what we did on the PlayStation, or on the Super Nintendo. We're not going to try and upgrade it to the full extent of the system in the game engine. What we're going to do is we're going to enhance the game through FMVs, but keep the pure heart of the game the same. And in doing that, they have a working formula that they know how to work with, and it's just so good. And so this is one of your favorite games, right, Knocker?
Yep. It is number 3 on my 80th Rows ranked out list, only behind 2 games.
Hudson Hawk.
No, not Hudson.
No.
I do like Hudson Hawk, though. It's behind Legend of the Mystical Ninja and Super Mario 64, I think.
Interesting.
Might be the other one.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I really like this game.
Mm-hmm.
I picked it up like earlier this last year in the X Legacy Collection.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fell in love with it, and then eventually I got a physical copy of it. And I honestly think this is the best game in the entire series. It's not my favorite. That was the one we covered yesterday, Mega Man on the NES, which I have confirmed is probably my favorite game of all time now.
Mega Man 1.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that's really behind 8. That's my favorite game is Mega Man 1 because the music, the memories. You know, it's the memories, it's the music, it's everything. It's only 6 Robot Masters. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's shorter, but it's still solid. So, but this game has an absolute ton of polish. From the graphics are absolutely stunning for an earlier 32-bit game on both the PS1 and Saturn.
Yeah.
The gameplay is super refined. Everything is nice. Music is great. The animation's very fluent. And this was the first one that fully realized Zero. So I know people think it's not really Mega Man at that point, but it adds a different gameplay style to it.
Yeah.
Almost
I mean, and
gives
you
it a
could,
Rocket Knight Adventures kind of feel.
you could still play as Mega Man if you want. There's a whole Mega Man game still, you know?
Yeah, makes the game easier overall because his weapons are more powerful. But Zero is still a blast to play as, and he's very unique in terms of what he can do.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we
really
got
amped up the quality.
Yeah, and see now, I think what's interesting, you just said how they, we got some good scores coming in from everybody. Keep it up, everybody. If you're wondering where to post your scores in the Challengers Arena, just join our Discord. You'll see a Challengers Arena page under Credits and Continues there. You can also get the game ROMs for whatever we choose for our games there. It was interesting, you said how, you know, you really like the visuals of it, and especially as an early 32-bit game, and I think that goes back to, they didn't try and introduce a big visual change in this game. They didn't try and use what the PlayStation and the Saturn can do to make the game look great, because it was still very new, and they were still trying to figure it all out. And instead, they said, why don't we take what we know and just upgrade what it is? And, you know, it looks like a Super 16 game. You know, it looks like a really great version of a 16-bit game. You know, very high-quality version. Hey, Tay, welcome on in. Doing great, thank you. Everybody check out Tay. Great streamer. Took a break from God of War last night to get his Crisis cord. And so we now have Knocker going through all the Robot Masters in an attempt to beat the game.
Trying to fight Sigma.
Yeah.
They don't tell you right away that he's the villain, but then he is because he's in the first cutscene. So they did not really do a good job at fully hiding him.
Is he Captain Picard or whoever the bad guy is? Is that who he really is? I didn't beat it. I played it.
No,
I didn't beat it.
He's a different character from the general.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's not a captain. He's a general. So he does car insurance and he does robots. That's cool.
He works with Shaq.
Yeah, indeed.
And saves some time.
Indeed.
So, yeah, I'm gonna be jumping on the bandwagon with everybody.
Yeah, you're going for the
giving this
perfect?
game an absolute perfect 5. Yep.
All right. Very good.
One of the few that I have given in the past couple of weeks we've had.
Yeah, I mean, not very many people have gone with the 5.
The icing on the
Ever.
cake is those cheesy FMVs.
I think they look great. You know, anytime.
It's not the look of them that's
yeah,
cheesy.
Anytime you have American voice acting, it always seems to be subpar if the game isn't really focusing on that. You know, if they don't make that a huge point of it. RBK goes 5-5. Best Mega Man X game. Good looks. Difficulty is perfect. Not too hard. Not too easy. But being able to play a Zero, completely new way of playing Mega Man. Perfect game. RVK88 coming in with the 5, which looks like it's the 80s bros that are bringing this game down so slightly with a 4.5 total. Can't get perfect because of the 80s bros, but
they're the minority. They're not.
That's right.
They don't like Mega Man. We gotta storm their house.
Back to Tatsujin. Nice. Very good.
Hey, yeah, Mega Man's not for everybody.
I love the effects. Yeah, Mega Man's not for everybody, you know, because they tend to be longer games. It's a 90s game. That's why the 80s bros hate it. That's great.
You got the 90s bro in here.
They should try Roll Chan. She's
again.
Yeah.
The 90s bros.
As opposed to Owaz and Slippy, the 40s bros. Do you even 40s, bro?
Oh, you guys need to have another show with that. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we get locked out. That was good. Third on the ranked out list. Nice. And that's actually something really awesome that Cosmic is doing, and he keeps a link to it in the Discord for us. He is keeping a ranked out list for Reviewers Roundtable. And remember, you can go to that URL right there, the tinyurl.com/SLHSCC. That stands for Scanline Heroes, credits and continues, SLHSCC. And you can see the document that we work off of. So it has every game we've ever played in Reviewers Roundtable since day one. It starts with the third game, or the fourth game, on the Challengers Arena for the first year. So we're pretty well documented, even though I didn't document those first few games that well. So this is a big walrus. This is a big boy, huh?
Hey, he's one huge walrus.
He is. If you'll excuse me for 1 second, I'll be right back.
No problem. So, I'll just talk for a little bit as to why I'm playing as Zero. Because I was gonna do a poll if you guys wanted me to play as X or Zero, but since Saiyan's been playing all week and he played as X, I feel like I should probably show off Zero because he adds a whole new way of playing the game. I'm glad you guys really liked it. And then we had Mega Man 7, and some of you guys are a little more iffy on that one. But I know this one was like, yes, this is the one. But a lot of you guys who haven't played it will be like, wow, this game is excellent. So if we can get it this time. So for those of you who played this, did any of you guys play the Saturn version this week? Because it's basically the same game, so I said before that you guys could have played the Saturn version. If by some chance you only have that, you don't have the PlayStation release. Because it's not like Mega Man 8 where it's, it's not like Mega Man 8 where it's basically like there's more features in the Saturn version. This is just like background effects are in the Saturn version, but not in the PlayStation release or something like that. A ghost train. Ghostbusters!
Okay. My apologies. Oh, okay. It's not a link. It's something. Okay, gotcha. Okay, got my headphones back. Very cool. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. The bosses are really cool looking in this game. They did a great job with how they look.
Yeah, they're all very unique, especially compared to the ones that were in previous entries.
Yeah.
Like Web Spider and Jet Stingray. There's got some really nice bosses in here.
Yeah, they look very cool with the, some of the other ones, Chill Penguin. They just look kind of like the animal, and that was it. These all have very robotic look to them, and they're very cool.
Well, the mushroom looks more goofy, I'd say.
Well, we just happened to get to this one, but
Oh, I saved him for last, for sure.
He's kind of like a gnome. He looks like a Disney character.
Yeah, like something out of Alice in Wonderland, almost.
Yeah.
So, Slippy, you haven't given your review of this.
I have
not.
not.
What did you think of this?
I think it's a pretty great game. As Mega Man went on, I kind of lost interest overall as I got older, just because I was getting a lot more into RPGs. So I never really got into the X series. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, and so the only ones I really had access to were 4 or 5, maybe 5, 4, I guess. And I didn't really play them as a kid, the X series. But it is a great game. When I became an adult, I started playing the ZX games and the other games, the Game Boy games and whatnot. And this game really is just great in everything it does. So I'm going to be on the bandwagon. And I'm not going to go to perfect 5. But it's amazing. I'm going to go with a 4-5, which does nothing to the score of it. But the reason I don't go overall perfect 5 is just because I don't really do longer games in action games, it seems. I always tend to fall back. You could save in this. That was pretty great that you could save. But overall, I don't know. I'm going to go with a 4-5, though. But I think it's a pretty great game overall. Now, Chazzy is going to go with a 4. He really enjoys it, but he does not like the 0 playthrough. Prefers the X playthrough. And, that's the same thing that, like, Ken and Chris said, was they wouldn't want to play it as 0, so... Now, I've always been more into the original series also, like Chazzy's saying. I didn't like 3 and 4 because they were just too long for me. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 4-5 with this one. I think it's great. I mean, I think it's just great. And, like, look at that background. It's so awesome. You know what? I'm going to go with a 5 because it is just a great game. I mean, just everything about it, it's perfect for what they tried to do. They did it perfectly. So, yeah, let's go with a 5. 3 is a goat. This is too long for me. I am. I'm trying to keep it exactly the same. There he is. Good old Sigma.
Yep, Sigma with his spinning...
It looks like... it looks like it's just a pipe.
Looks like Death from Castlevania when he's in his first form.
I don't see that, but it looks like he has a pipe to me. You know what it is? It's like when you play Mega Man 1, there's 6 bosses, and then the 4, 3? I think it's 3? Is it 3 or 4 Wily levels? 4, okay. And then, so there's 7 bosses, ostensibly. And then Mega Man 2, there's like 9 bosses. And then, right? Yeah. And then 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 12 bosses. But then in Mega Man 3, there's like 30 bosses.
there's 3 sets, and Doc Robot is not fun
Yeah,
at all.
there's like 30-something bosses in Mega Man 3. It's just too many bosses. And then in Mega Man 4, because you have to basically play the game and then do the Cossack stuff and then play through the game and then do the Wily stuff, it's like another 30, 40 bosses. I think it's 50 in that one, between the replays and whatnot. But I'm not positive. But it's just a lot of bosses in those games.
Yeah. Overall, with
Now, Foxy says he enjoys X and Zero here. Each plays differently, and they're enjoyable, which is awesome.
yeah, they sort of perfected the balance between both characters, whereas in the other ones they made Zero much better than X.
Yeah, I remember you saying in 5 he's just like a powerhouse.
5 and 6 he's overpowered.
Yeah.
Well, not really in 6 because the game just destroys you anyway. Give me a good pattern here.
How do metal spikes hurt a metal robot?
That's what we asked last night. How come he can swim underwater, but then...
And he's not
metal on
airtight.
metal?
You know, when he goes underwater, he's not airtight. But I guess if he doesn't need air, I mean, it's fine. Or he's not watertight or whatever. But he's, you know, it's whatever. He's good.
There we go.
Why do you get those bubbles? I don't know. I don't think it matters. He looks messed up in this form.
Gonna use an E-tank here. Almost done with this fight. So you guys can see the end of the game.
Yeah. That makes sense,
Yeah.
Baron.
There we go.
That makes sense, Baron. Baron bringing logic in. It's not fair, but it's real.
Sigma dies, but then he's gonna come back anyway. Yeah, if you played as X in this game, Saiyan, you should go back and play as Zero, because it's almost like you're playing a different game, but you're not.
I mean, that's what I've gathered from everybody, is it's like playing 2 different games.
It's still fun.
Hey, good game, man.
Thank you. Thanks for the GGs.
Yeah. And that will bring this game to a close with a 4.5 score. Very good.
Now, how many
score.
games have gotten up there?
We currently have, well, 3 games that are ranked a 0 to a 0.9. 4 games that are ranked a 1 to a 2.
Good old Cool World.
Right. We have 14 games ranked in the 2, 37 games ranked as a 3, and 33 games ranked as a 4, with no games receiving a perfect 5 yet.
We'll see if one gets there.
We'll get there one day. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Very good.
Thanks for having me on here and
Yeah.
talk about this game.
Thank you for coming.
So, and it was well worth the saving up those
That's
points
right.
for the last redemption of the year.
Good.
Or
Yes.
ever.
Yes. Very good. That's awesome. And remember, everybody, when your game gets picked, you can come on and play just like Knocker did. Talk about it with us, whatever you'd like. And let's look at what our next game, our last game for this year, will bring us. We have on the board Foxy Man with Kirby's Dream Land 3, Knocker with Goemon's Great Adventure, Mew Mew with Final Fantasy, I Need a Game from Cosmic. I have Chakan up here on the Genesis, and Saiyan has Mega Man X3.
So I am going to, since we have 2 weeks to play a game,
yes,
so we can do RPGs, I'm going to do Soul Blazer on the Super Nintendo.
Alright.
And I am going to do a wheel space for it as well.
Alright. Double that up.
So thanks for having me on here.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Well, yeah, day, because it's still day for you. So.
Yeah, it's 5:26 where I am. So
yeah.
It's still quite
still
a bit,
early.
So.
Well, thank you. All right, I'll see you later.
Later.
So we have 2 slots for Soul Blazer, 2 slots for Final Fantasy, thanks to Mew Mew and Knocker. Would anybody else like to add or change a game that they have on there? Cosmic would like to put Cheeky Cheeky Boys on the Genesis on the wheel. From X3 to Illusion of Gaia, same system. On SNES. Okay, Mario Tennis Power Tour. I love that game. Okay. All right, let's see if anybody else would like to add anything. Give you just a minute. All right. Castlevania, Lament of Innocence. I'm guessing that's a GBA game, and I don't even know how to spell it. I'm just going to guess that's a GBA game. What did I just do? Okay. RBK is going to add this, I don't know what that even, magical Taru Ruuto Kun. Magical Taru Ruuto Kun. Fantastic World on the on the NES from RVK 88. Good wheel today. F-Zero 64 from Baron. Or I'm sorry, F-Zero 64 on the Nintendo 64, obviously, from Baron Metz. Well, actually, yeah, because you're buying it. Castle of Illusion, nice. Little Mickey action. Okay. Yeah, F-Zero 64. Okay, good. Oh. So what's F-Zero 64 on? Is that not on the N64? If you redeem, you can add an extra one. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. If everyone has their choices in, I will go ahead and spin. Well, I'll jiggle it up a little. Don't worry about it. It's all good. That's why we're all here. So let's do the Foxy Shuffle and shuffle. And shuffle. This is hard to do when you're trying to shuffle and shuffle. And shuffle. And then let's spin that wheel and see what our game is this week. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. I'm looking, I'm cheating. Don't look, I'm looking, I'm looking. Keeping the hands up. Mario Tennis Power Tour for the Game Boy Advance is going to be our game this week. Let me launch this, and then we're going to get confirmation it's the right game. Mario Tennis Power Tour. Sir, is this your game? As I add it to the document. Oh, Camelot. Camelot. It is your game. Okay, very good. Allow me to add this to the board. Scan line. I know this isn't exciting, but okay. So this is what we're going to be playing, just so you guys know what you're looking at when you start. Ace Ventura. I'm a pet detective. Exactly right, Knocker. I'm a pet detective. Whoa. Is he beating her? That's not right. No, I'm ready. Okay, so it takes a little bit to get it started. Can I play tennis? Yeah. So this is going to be your game. I will start it for real later on. I thought it would be shorter, but that's okay. All right, so that's what we're going to be getting into for the next 2 weeks of our time. Of course, I'd like to thank everybody for being here with us today on our only slightly shorter episode. Let's see who we're going to raid. It has 61 achievements. That is something. Don't forget, everybody, come on out all during the rest of the week and see us as we throw down in all kinds of games. I am going to leave you all with a friend to us all. Oh. Playing some Fire Emblem 3 Houses. We are taking next Sunday off as it is the holiday in America. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, and Foxy Man will hopefully be back when we come back. Thank you all for being here with us. Have a Merry Christmas. We will see you on an extremely Happy New Year. Yes, in America and the USA, Christmas is December 25th, if you are unaware. Gamer Bowie is who we are going to be hitting up, so please send him our love. You do it in April. That is crazy. That's something. I mean, it's not crazy. That's just what you do. That's awesome. Good night, everybody. Thank you again to Knocker for being on today. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas and have a beautiful rest of this year. I will see you all in the new year right here on Credits and Continues.